another live. I'm so excited today.
So
Dan and I were talking
I'm very
backstage. I'm so
excited.
excited for today. I can't.
Backstage, like we were
wait.
talking, and I lost
Yeah,
count of how many times I've said, I'm excited
excited.
today. This is special. I'm telling you.
So while we wait for everybody to filter in, I'm just going to say a quick hello to Moira. Hey.
Hi, Moira.
And gotta watch out for this person right here.
Oh, that's a troublesome individual.
Right?
Pesky woman that person is.
Yeah. So before Barbara's here too. Hello. Before we get going with what we're doing today, I mean, spoiler, it's in the title down below, but the next show coming up is on the 26th. So I'm actually starting a new series for the year where I'm going to attempt to learn the tarot. So I was gifted like a color your own tarot. So I'm going to like go through each of the cards. Like the first one, of course, is the Fool. And we're just going to like, anybody can come. We can discuss like what the Fool means to us when we do readings. What do we get from it? I'm going to do a little bit of like research and see like what I find on the interwebs as far as information and such. But yeah, it'll just be a fun learning experience for everybody. And I'll be coloring in the card while we're talking. So
yeah, and that's wonderful. You're taking everyone along for the ride while you're learning.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're learning too.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. You guys will see too that I've posted a bunch of upcoming shows. You'll notice that I think it's either in March or April. The spacing gets a little bit wonky just because of the way the holidays fall. But I'll give you guys heads up on that when we get there. So today, Diane is going to basically give me a Starseed reading. So this is basically going to be like if you book a reading with her, this is how it will go. Give or take.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you are interested, her details are in the description below. So please, follow me, follow her, email her if you want a reading, if you enjoy this. And yeah, I'm glad you guys are all along here for the ride. I'm excited to see what happens. I don't even know. She won't tell me anything. So it's just going to be as much of a journey
tiny
as it is you.
What really surprised me, because we've talked about this backstage a lot, about our galactic history.
Yeah.
What really surprised me is that you know a lot about it. I hope there are some new stuff that you pick up from this. Yeah, I'm very excited. So,
Moira was like 78 shows in that tarot series. Might take a while. Hey, if I don't have ideas for shows, it gives me something to do.
That's true. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. Yeah, when you book a private reading with me, I don't have this self yours.
I mean, if you ask for just a special request.
Yeah. You can ask for it if you email me. But usually these are off. It's just a fun episode.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I went and got these. I was like, should I wear these? They feel kind of ET to me.
They're all sparkly and yeah, very cute. So yeah, backstage we already opened the Akashic Records. So if you're ready, Caleigh, let's begin.
I'm excited. Let's do it.
So usually when I do Galactic Akashic Records readings, I generate a list of the star systems where you've incarnated on, and that is the list where that I showed you, at least the first slide. So if you can,
you want me to bring that up now?
Yes, please.
Perfect. All right. Adding to the stage.
So I'm very excited about this because this is rare. It's rare for people to be from another galaxy. And your very first incarnation or first incarnations were actually from another galaxy. And what's even surprising about this is that you come from the galaxy where the Draconians came from. I don't know if I think you're pretty much aware of that.
Yep.
But you never settled in Draco. Yeah, you didn't settle in Draco. You came from another galaxy, but you settled in Aldebaran. You see, there's this in galactic history, the Draconians were booted off
Yes.
or banished from their own
Mhm.
galaxy. That's why they ended up here in our
Mhm.
galaxy. What's interesting about it is that you, Caleigh, were one of the people who actually decided, okay, this isn't working for us,
Mhm.
so you need to go because we respect that you don't want to turn to the light.
Yeah.
So you are going to another galaxy that can take you in where you can do your own free will, but we're not having it.
Mhm.
That's the mentality of your people. But what's very interesting is that you actually volunteered to come with
Mhm.
them. It's like, okay, we are booting these people off, but they are going to make trouble there. So I'm going to keep an eye on
Mm.
them.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
mentality that your soul had, which is interesting because
Mhm.
usually, majority of people who come from another galaxy, they come here by accident. Because when the
Okay.
Draconians were booted off of the galaxy, they came here by accident because they just accidentally came along with them. But it's not the case for you. You found yourself or you felt like you were accountable.
Mm.
And it's a recurring theme for you because
Yes.
it is. Because if you look at the lineage, you would come and incarnate in star systems where the Draconians actually attacked. It's
Mm.
like
Yeah. Okay.
you're keeping
Yeah.
an eye on them. So after incarnating in or after going into this galaxy and settling in Aldebaran, your very first incarnation was in Lyra.
Okay.
Because I'm going to go into the records for this. Like, what is your purpose and mission? It really was to keep an eye on the Draconians, at least for the first incarnation.
Mhm.
But you loved Lyra. What I'm seeing is some of the feline beings, and they were living in peace. I'm
Mhm.
seeing someone with a tail, and they have like a basket full of fruits, and you just loved it there.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask, was this in Avalon? Because it feels very familiar. It looks very familiar. There is a place in Lyra called Avalon where it's
Mhm.
just like paradise, and that's where you first incarnated, or at least settled.
Yeah.
And then your second incarnation was also in Lyra,
Mhm.
in the star system of Shellyak. So this is the incarnation where the Draconians were actually. This is towards the end of Lyra,
Right.
is
Yeah.
what I'm seeing. And it really broke your heart because the paradise that you saw in your first incarnation, it was being destroyed. Like I'm seeing people running.
Mhm.
And I just feel a lot of panic and anger. And what's going through in your mind is like, I don't know what I was expecting
Yeah.
when I came with the Draconians or when I came with this people.
Mhm.
But this was not it. Like you were kind of hoping that they would change,
Yeah.
that
That it wouldn't go that
somehow,
far.
yeah, like the because Lyra was so beautiful. You were kind of hoping that it will rub off on them, like interacting would rub off on them, but
Mhm.
it didn't, and so it really broke your heart. And I'm seeing you with your family. You were running to a ship because you didn't have any choice. It was either you die there
Yeah.
or you escape.
Mhm.
But there's just a lot of sadness while you were boarding that ship. You wanted to take a lot of people with you, but your family were like pulling you because if you didn't board that ship at that very second,
Right.
you're gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though you wanted to take as many people with you, it's like in a fire, right? You
Mhm.
want to take as many things and as many people with you, but if you go back there's no guarantees that you'll survive. And it
Mhm.
was the same there, and it really gave you so much guilt.
That's really interesting you say that because I had did a journey or like a meditation at one point.
Hmm.
We were doing like one with like a crystal,
Hmm.
and I thought it was possibly Lemuria, which I mean it could be, but all I remembered or all I could hear was, as you said, people, yelling, screaming, that kind of thing. And all I had was this vision of like standing at the edge of like a spaceship and like just waves of people running towards me, but I couldn't tell you like who I was or what I was. But it was, yeah. So that's interesting that like that might be that lifetime and not necessarily Lemuria, or it could have happened more than once.
Yeah,
Like
possibly. But
yeah,
I'm getting that vision or that
yeah.
memory that was being triggered. That was in Lyra.
Okay. I mean, it makes
S-
perfect sense because, like, as you were
mhm.
talking, like that's the vision, like the memory that came back.
Oh,
I'm like,
I'm getting
okay,
chills.
yeah,
This is what I was telling during the beginning of this video, that you actually remember some of it, which is
hmm,
very interesting and fascinating. So I'm checking my notes, and you actually escaped to Pleiades
okay,
in Alcyone, where you
okay,
also
yeah,
incarnated next. You came there with your family. Okay, well, I'm going to go into the records more and see what kind of lifetime you had in Alcyone or Alcyone. You were a female in that lifetime, and you were a part of a council.
mm,
But I'm also seeing you wearing like a space suit.
okay,
You were defending.
mm,
During this time, like during the beginning of
yeah,
Pleiades, the Draconians were actually attacking them.
right,
And you were one of the people who manned the ships and actually defended Alcyone, is what I'm seeing. But yeah, the wars continued.
mm,
Okay, any significant event that happened in Alcyone, Masters, that you want to bring up during this reading? No? Okay. How about in Taigata? Okay. So there aren't any more significant events in your life that they want to bring up
hmm,
when it comes to Alcyone.
hmm,
But they want to focus on Taigata, because Taigata is a very technologically advanced star
okay,
system. Whenever I see Taigata, I see spaceships. It's like the seat of um, the Galactic Federation in Pleiades. It's like the
right,
home base. So I'm seeing you in Taigata. You're still wearing a spacesuit. You're a male in this lifetime, or in that
mm,
lifetime in Taigata. And you would, okay, you would go to different star systems and you would also defend them. Because again, there's this guilt. I wasn't able,
right,
like, how you're thinking, how it's echoing in my mind is that I wasn't able to save people when
hmm,
I escaped Lyra. So in the succeeding lifetimes, I'm going to save them as best I can.
right,
And you found that, like, manning ships and like going somewhat military was the
yes,
way for you to do that.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. But interestingly, I'm seeing Beta Centauri here.
mm,
You went to Beta Centauri as a Pleiadian. That was the first visit that you've had. You were stationed there because Beta Centauri is it's a star system where also, well, now it's destroyed.
yeah,
So the Draconians was also responsible for that. That's why you wanted to go there. Caleigh, it feels like your soul wants to go where the war zone is. And it's not like you're not, how do we say this, it's not that you're punishing yourself.
hmm,
Okay, there's a big difference
yeah,
between punishing yourself and feeling like you're responsible and like reeling these people from your galaxy. So that's how you felt like part of you is responsible, so you need to do this.
you had to do what I could,
Yeah, you
yeah,
need to do what you could. That's how you ended up in Beta Centauri, and that's also why you incarnated there next. Okay, was she? Can you show me her form in Beta Centauri? She wasn't at sea. Was she at sea? Okay. I'm seeing that there were some land in
Mm.
Beta Centauri, because Beta Centauri is a water. A lot of planets there are water planets, and some of the planets that were destroyed were water planets.
Mm-hmm.
But they also had some land in there. When you incarnated in Beta Centauri, you were like in your humanoid form.
Okay.
So you weren't a mermaid or a
Yeah.
fish. During but yeah, you were in land and you were working on the defenses of the planet where you were in.
Mm-hmm.
It's more machinery than ever. But I'm also seeing that you were using some crystals.
Okay.
You were using crystal technology, which I think you're also drawn in this lifetime, in today's
Yeah,
lifetime.
I used them, as part of my like my Reiki practice and stuff like that. Yeah.
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 So that's where it started for you. You being drawn to crystals is how I'm seeing it. But you were also there when your planet got destroyed.
Of course.
Yeah. You seem to be there whenever planets get
Yeah.
destroyed. And part of it is because your soul just wants to save as much
Yeah.
people as you can. Yeah, but it feels like Lyra all over again for you. That
Mm.
you were there when it got destroyed and you escaped and you tried to take as many people as you can. Was she also doing this through portals? Somehow the word portals came up
Mm.
in my head. So I feel like aside from like taking them on your spaceship, because you had a
Right.
spaceship, you were also using portals to help people
Mm.
escape. And I feel like this is also going to come up later.
Okay. Good to
I
know.
get that sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I also get the feeling that when. Hold on. Okay. In Lyra, you were able to escape.
Mm.
But
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, in Beta Centauri, you didn't. You kind of lived up to your frustration that you weren't able
Yeah.
to save as many people as you can. But in its lifetime in Beta Centauri, you were able to, but you were killed in the process. That's
Right.
how you died
Yeah.
in the process. It's like I think this is like your spirit guide, like saying, who's also with you in your lifetime in Lyra. Like he's yelling in
Gerald
my
had
head, like
Gerald had a quick
that.
question there.
Okay.
He just said, "May I ask a question? Did these portals allow timeline crossings?"
Oh, that's very interesting. I'm going to ask the records. Did her portals allow timeline crossing? I'm getting a no on this. You stayed on the same
Mm.
timeline.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's a very interesting
Interesting
question.
question
I
though,
wouldn't
Gerald.
have. Yeah, thank you, Gerald. Okay, where were we?
Sorry.
Yeah, your spirit guide is just yelling, that's why we didn't allow you to go back in Lyra.
Mm.
Because it would kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what happened in Syria. So you know how that would end up now, since
Mm-hmm.
you've experienced it in Beta Centauri. So your next incarnation is in Sirius C. So Sirius C, actually Sirius right now we know it as a binary star system where
Correct.
there are only
Yeah.
two stars, but there used to be three.
Mm-hmm.
Sirius A, which was a lot of planets there were water.
Mm-hmm.
Sirius B, which were a lot of land and earth, or I mean dirt, and then Sirius C. What's interesting about Sirius C is this is where a lot of reptilians
Mm.
escape to,
Okay.
because when the Draconians came to our galaxy, they kind of created the stereotype that reptilians are bad, and so the good reptilians, because there are good
Yes.
reptilians, kind
Of
of
course. Yeah. Yeah.
escaped. Yeah, they escaped to different star systems, and one of the star systems where they went to was Sirius C.
Mm.
That's where you were. You were actually descended from reptilians during this incarnation, or I mean, during your incarnation in
Mhm.
Sirius C. You incarnated in Nibiru.
Mm.
Oh, interesting. I'm getting a confirmation. You incarnated in Nibiru. So for those who don't know what Nibiru is, Caleigh, do you know? Are you familiar with the
No.
name Nibiru?
I mean,
Nibiru,
my brain kind of went, huh? But yeah, no, I'm not.
Nibiru is where the Anunnaki came from.
Mm.
So Sirius C, there's something that happened in that star system, like a natural cataclysm that happened in
Okay.
Sirius C, where planet Nibiru went off its orbit
Mm.
and actually came close to Earth. That's why they also escaped to Earth. It also got destroyed. So right now we're seeing a repeating theme of you
Right.
being in this star systems
Maybe I'm
or
bad
just
luck. I don't know.
no, it's not bad luck. It's a funny way of putting it. It's not bad luck, but you kind of want to be there to save people. You have this like
Right. Yeah.
hero
Oh my
mentality. Like, I'm here
goodness.
to save people, which is similar for your incarnation in Sirius C. Okay, I'm going to check the records, like what role you played there in going to Earth in your lifetime there. Oh, you actually when you first saw Earth, because this is your first visit to Earth, you
Right.
actually it reminded you of Lyra.
That would make sense.
That's
Yeah.
that's why you wanted to go here. I'm seeing you taking care of kids and preteens inside a ship. You didn't exactly go into Earth immediately.
Hmm.
You wandered off our galaxy for a bit, or at least in that orbit.
Hmm.
But when you saw it with the children, you're like, hey, it feels like home. Let's go there. That's why you went to Earth. So you spent a lot of time on Earth as an Anunnaki. And I know this word, the Anunnaki word, triggers a lot of people because
Hmm.
there were factions. And
Right.
most of the time, we highlight the bad faction. Like they turned people into slaves and all that.
Hmm.
But you were part of the good faction where you just wanted to find a new home.
Right.
Yeah. And you thought of it as home because it reminded you a lot of Lyra, like the water. Also
Mm.
reminded you of Beta Centauri.
Yeah.
So you wanted to take care of Earth, but your main that lifetime and your first incarnation on Earth is adjusting and adapting to Earth. There's something about the air that's more different. It's fresh, yeah, but you're not used to it.
Hmm.
So there it took some time for you to adjust. I'm seeing you like wearing, you know, those astronaut suits that have
Yeah.
big bubbles. I'm seeing something like that. There's a big bubble. So you walked around Earth in big bubbles as an Anunnaki. But you were also introducing like farming techniques to the
Okay.
locals. Because I'm seeing you like wandering and grounding on Earth. And then you have plants. And oh, seeing you taking two plants and whoa, oh, sorry. It's just like your soul is speaking in my mind
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
second.
Okay.
Well, it's odd. But she's saying, what's going to happen if I mix this plant with this plant? So you're
Mm-hmm.
like hybridizing plants during your lifetime, your first lifetime on Earth, and you're developing things that you can eat. You're a scientist, but you worked mostly with plants in that lifetime, and that's pretty much how you lived. So okay, I'm going to show you the next one.
Page two.
Page two. Okay, this is the interesting part. Um, it feels kind of weird why you incarnated in Inner Mars. So I'm going to check the records. Why did Caleigh incarnate in Inner Mars?
Mm.
Okay, they're telling me it's because you had that knowledge, because you were a scientist on Earth,
Ah,
right?
okay. Yeah.
As an Anunnaki. during this time, there was this also cataclysm that happened in Mars. They were hit
Mm.
with debris from the asteroid belt. So the outer planet was destroyed. So a lot of people came inside inner Mars or came inside Mars, and they were just starting to build their civilization there. That's where you came in because you
Mm.
have all this knowledge.
Right.
So you wanted to bring that knowledge again. You wanted to be a hero. It's a repeating. I feel like it's a repeating trait that
Yes.
your soul has. It's a
I
soul
was like,
trait
even
that you
in
have.
this lifetime.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I always
wonderful.
have to be told to support and not save. Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, that's how you spend time in inner Mars. You're actually developing mushrooms. I'm seeing
Mm.
you experimenting with mushrooms during this time because your soul is more technologically inclined at this point.
Right.
So you use technology to improve the
Hmm.
biodiversity inside Mars. Like, okay, you understood that this plant is not going to survive on Mars anymore because they
Hmm.
don't have that water anymore. So what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to hit it with different lights and see what will happen. So you developed some mushrooms.
I would say I don't know which lifetime it was, but I do have like I've done a couple of past life regression kind of things.
Hmm.
And one of them was I was on either like a space station or something like that, but I was studying the like neural networks of like the trees, like you know how they communicate like
Yes.
underground, like almost like a brain. I was
Yeah.
studying that. I have this like memory
Oh,
of studying it.
I'm getting chills. I'm going to check. Like, was it on Mars that she was doing it? It wasn't on Mars, but I think it was during your lifetime on Earth, your
Yeah.
very first incarnation on Earth. I'm getting a yes on it. That was during your first incarnation on Earth as a scientist. So, okay. You were successful in developing things that people can
Hmm.
eat. That was your main purpose. So, okay, I'm seeing the Akashic Records masters just clapping their hands. Oh, that was a job well done.
Yay!
That was a job well done for you, Caleigh. And then your next incarnation was in Pleiades in Taygeta.
Mm.
Why? This kind of oh, okay. They're telling me that it's because it's her home. You feel
Yeah.
like Taygeta is your home. So was it a vacation lifetime for her? Yes, it was a vacation
Yeah.
lifetime for you. So what were you doing there? I'm going to check. What's your idea of a vacation? Your idea, okay, what your idea of a vacation lifetime is spending time in the lab.
Mm.
You were just working on things that doesn't necessarily have a purpose,
Right.
but you have so much fun doing it, so you're doing it.
Yeah. Experiment.
Yeah, experiment. And I'm seeing you like dropping things on a petri dish
Mm.
or what like the equivalent of their microscope and just experimenting on stuff. It brought you so much joy. Um, the Akashic Records masters are saying, "Oh, it's because she's a curious soul that
Mhm.
she found joy in
Very. Yeah.
experimenting with stuff."
I do now in
But
the
yeah,
kitchen in this lifetime.
oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, you were an innovator then, and you're an
Mm.
innovator now. Although you're expressing it differently now.
Mhm.
Now in the kitchen,
Yeah.
I see your shows from time to time where you do stuff in the kitchen. They're very interesting. So yeah, okay. After that vacation lifetime
Mm.
in
Needed a
Pleiades,
break at that point, I think.
yeah, you need a break at that point after all that work because you
Yeah.
it was a job well done, but it wasn't easy for you
Mm-mm.
because of all the planets that were destroyed that you were
Mhm.
in. You needed a break, girl. You needed a break. So okay, next time you returned in your mission or mission filled lives, you went back to Earth
Mhm.
and you went back to like the King Arthur. It was
Mhm.
the setting of King Arthur's tale. We call it on here. And it's interesting because it's mirrored after Lyra's Avalon, where you also incarnated
Mm.
before, or where you lived before. That's why you wanted to be there. But what's even more interesting during your 11th lifetime, or at least the number 11 here, is that you didn't incarnate here as a human. You incarnated here as a dragon. But I think this is your very first incarnation on Earth that you weren't humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
You were, I'm seeing a red dragon during your lifetime. And I'm asking, like, why did she incarnate here as a dragon? It's because you wanted to guide people. And you felt very comfortable in your dragon form.
Yes.
Yeah. They're telling me that your very first incarnation during when you were in another galaxy, you were also a dragon during then.
Yes.
Yeah. You were a
I have
dragon. They
memory of
didn't
it.
show me this
Yeah.
before. But you were a dragon, you were of a higher class dragon.
Correct.
Because they're yeah. And that's also why you felt very responsible. Because the Draconians who were making trouble, they were of the
Mm-hmm.
lower class. And you weren't able to reel them in during that period where you lived in another galaxy. So that's why you wanted to go back and live as a dragon. You kind of missed it. You missed flying, is what they're telling me. You missed flying. In your
Mm.
previous incarnations, you weren't able to do that by yourself. You needed a spaceship. But you loved flying. And you incarnated with a lot of people here. You helped them in your own way.
Mm-hmm.
You were a fire dragon and you would help people cook with fire.
Hey,
That's how you incarnated with them. And you were,
barbecue.
yeah. And you also taught them a lot of things like um, alchemy through fire, the purification fire.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But I'm going to see like how this ended.
Oh, I just wanted to take a second and say, spiritual guide, we're not doing any readings today. Diane is giving an example of a reading she does. If you wanted a reading from Diane, you need to email her and book a reading.
Yes, please. My
And then,
email is in.
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's in the description.
Yeah. And Rossi was just saying there quickly, she asked if I do speak dragon light language. Yes, if you actually go back to the dragon readings that I did with JJ a couple of weeks ago, there's some channeled dragon language there.
I
Yeah.
missed that. I didn't know that, but I'm getting so much chills right now.
And then Barbara was saying she's a plant ambassador for the Galactic Federation. We maybe need to
Awesome.
talk.
Yeah. You might have worked before together.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. I am not seeing like a clear death on Earth for this lifetime where you were a dragon. But you actually returned to Pleiades. You went to Merope, or but at least you went back to
Mhm.
Pleiades in your dragon form. And that's where
Mm.
you passed. And it's actually very peaceful passing. I'm getting a yes on this.
That's interesting because, yeah, that lifetime, I don't remember how I necessarily passed in that life. So, yeah, that's interesting.
But then after passing, sorry, I'm just going to take a sip.
Yeah, go for it. You're doing lots of talking today.
After you passed on in Pleiades, you incarnated again, and this time in Lemuria, where you were also a dragon. You were an elemental dragon during this time. Hold on. Okay, can you give me the time frame? They're showing me 3 parts. Okay, when Lemuria was great, when Lemuria was like going through this transition, and then when Lemuria was towards its downfall. And they're highlighting the part where Lemuria was in its downfall. So again, you incarnated somewhere and at a period where something is towards its destruction. And your mission during your lifetime in Lemuria, you were a green dragon then, an earth dragon. Your mission was to hopefully guide the Lemurians to, if not stop the destruction, at least to delay it. You taught them earth magic. And these are earth magic or land magic that you learned during your incarnations in Lyra. I'm seeing the people around you like gathering crystals and putting them in a grid. So this is how you taught them. You taught them how to use crystals. So you're a natural teacher. You're a
Yes.
natural teacher, Caleigh. This was your role as a dragon, is to teach people. Okay, can you fast forward? Masters.
It's interesting because the teaching's coming forward very much so right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. But I'm seeing like a fast forward of things and just the sea coming in, like very high tides and people running around asking for help. You were flying during that time, but you were also helping people escape. And you were doing that through portals. And
Okay.
interestingly, you were helping them escape into inner earth
Okay.
because you have that knowledge of how
Right.
inner things or inner planets work. So you were helping them escape to inner earth. And during this time, it was very hard for you to maintain your dragon form because earth, you were like a 5D or above
Hmm.
dragon. And during this time in Lemuria, it was going to 3D. It was descending into 3D,
Right.
not only through the chaos. So it was very hard for you to maintain that dragon form. So you also went inside inner earth as a dragon because inner earth, at least that was higher dimension, is how I'm feeling because you felt more comfortable inside earth. Excuse me. Is this also connected? What's with usually when I get burpy, it's something connected with oops. Something is connected with your solar plexus. So I'm going to
Hmm.
check like what is it? Something affected your solar plexus chakra. Oh, okay. It's again guilt that you
Hmm.
weren't able to save people. Like, Caleigh, why? Like it's not your job to save
I had to
people.
learn my lesson apparently from all the
Yeah,
other ways.
it might be one of the lessons that you're trying to learn. And I
Mm.
actually drew cards yesterday that I haven't checked. So after going through all
Okay.
of this,
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Let's check it out. So yeah, it wasn't your responsibility really, but it's how you felt. You felt guilt because you weren't able to save people. But you didn't exactly like die a normal death. You
Mm.
kind of evaporated.
Mm.
At least it's how they're showing me. It's because you
Yeah.
couldn't maintain your form. And then you incarnated inside inner earth. Okay. But I'm seeing you're also an earth dragon inside earth. Yeah, you're an elemental dragon, an earth dragon, because you were green. Okay, what was her mission? You were guarding crystals.
Mm.
You loved crystals, even in past lifetimes, Caleigh. But that was your main role or main purpose. It's like holding the energy, holding the vibration, while things in the not crust, things on the surface
Hmm.
mellowed down.
Okay.
They're not showing it to me. Can you show me? Okay. There was a lot of flood ongoing. That's why
Hmm.
during that period, there weren't many creatures or beings living on the surface of Earth during that time. You were inside. Your job was to maintain the vibration and help people out inside of Earth just until things settled down on the surface and so they can return. That's what the crystals were for, is what the Akashic Records Masters are saying. Okay.
That would make sense.
Yeah. How did this end? You just slept. The death of the dragon during this time was just you sleeping
Mm,
and like turning into rock, is how they're showing it to me. Because you felt like this form as a dragon you've already done your job as a
right.
dragon. So you decided to help people in a humanoid form.
Mm,
So the next time you incarnated, it was in Egypt, and you
mm-hmm.
were back in your humanoid form. Okay, show me. Can you show me what her incarnation in Egypt was like? Was she a priest? You were a high priestess or a high priest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing you're a male in that lifetime that you had in Egypt, and ever since this, you stayed on the surface
Yeah.
of Earth. At least you incarnated on the
Yeah.
surface of the Earth. So yeah, usually when I do the Galactic Akashic Records readings, I stop at the very first incarnation on Earth.
Mm,
But yours was just very rich
yeah.
historically.
Same details.
But yeah, there's a lot of details and a lot of like historical galactic history stuff
Mm-hmm.
that
Lincoln. Yeah.
yeah, linked in your story. But yeah, that's your hero's journey so far.
I
You
love
stayed
that.
here on Earth
Thank you.
from then on. Oh, you're very welcome. So do you have any questions?
I'm curious if that, like the number 10, like the one that as you said, my vacation lifetime, was that the
Mhm.
one I shared with Tennis and Jen that I have the memories of, or is it I guess more minor reincarnation?
Immediately I'm hearing it was during the
Oh, the
first
first one. Okay.
incarnations. Yeah, in Alcyone. Yeah, it's mostly in Alcyone.
Okay. I was just curious where it fell in like the. I mean, of course, nothing's linear, right?
Were there you mentioned something about parents, but was it because I'm seeing Jennifer right
Mhm.
beside you, beside the little girl,
Yes, I
and
was.
she
I
looks the
my
same.
memory I have. I
Hmm.
was a child when they were like. I was almost the same age as their grandchildren. Is the feeling I was getting.
Oh, interesting. I'm not
Yeah.
seeing Tanis, but I'm seeing Jennifer beside you. And
Hmm.
she's stroking your hair. She's talking to some sort of a council person or a priest
Hmm.
during that time. It feels like it overlaps. Oh,
Hmm.
is the
Speaking
priest?
of,
I'm just going to check.
speaking of,
It
look who
feels
just
like
popped into chat. You can't make that
oh,
up. Were your ears burning?
yeah. We mentioned her name a couple of times, so she popped in. But I'm getting the sense that the priestess where Jennifer was presenting you, that was
Mm,
Tanis.
that would make some sense.
She has some robes on and a huge headdress and a staff. Is she male? Was she male in that lifetime? No, female. Okay. She was female in that lifetime, but she had on some very intricate robes, and it's like a rite of passage
Yeah.
for people who, or for Pleiadians, is what they're showing me.
Mm.
That's why you were being presented to the priestess.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Tana
you
says,
have,
recap, please. I'll be making notes. We can talk.
yeah. Okay. Do you have any questions or further questions about the reading or your previous lifetimes, specific lifetimes?
I mean, like as I said, like there's ones or lifetimes that I feel like I have memories of that weren't mentioned, but as you said, like this is in every single one of my lifetimes that I've ever lived, right? This is just like a
Yeah.
screenshot or like a quick recap, kind of,
Yeah.
right?
Because if we do that, it's going to take more than an hour.
Forever.
It's going to take forever. Like
But
how
no,
many millions of years have you lived?
what really shocked me is just like as we talked backstage, like you were saying, like it's a lot of it's just confirmation of stuff that I'm
Yeah.
already have like explored or like at least gotten like hints about.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's just it's. I mean, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this too, because yeah, my mind's a little bit just like, oh my god, blown.
Okay. So I am going to show you the cards that I drew yesterday while I was
Oh, here, can we put you big
generating
again so everybody
Yes,
can see?
please.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go. I lost my other ear. So
Oh, no.
But okay. The first card that I drew is change. And it says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And this has been a recurring theme in your lifetimes. You really incarnate in lifetimes or during periods where there is a huge change happening. So you want to be like not necessarily used to it, but you want it to go with the flow or learn how to go with the flow. Because
Doing
in the past, in the past you had issues about surrendering. Your very first incarnation was in another galaxy where you were of a higher class and you were used to having things in your control. That's also why you came with the Draconians or with the reptilians who settled in Draco. Because you wanted to like kind of, not necessarily, but you kind of wanted to control them a bit, or at least to reel them in.
Yeah.
Because you know that they're going to get into trouble. So part of your soul journey is learning how to surrender that control and accepting that you don't have the power to control things.
Yes.
Yes.
Also working on that in this lifetime.
Yeah. So it's a recurring theme.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
Okay, and the last card that I drew is indecision. And it says, I use my intuition in all aspects of life. It has something to do with your Lyran lifetime, is what I believe. In your Lyran lifetime, there was like a split second where you wanted to go back and save people, and you were being pulled. So you just came along, and I feel like it's filled with a lot of regrets.
Right. Like, was it the right thing or...
Yeah. So because of that experience, you've dealt with a lot of indecision. Like, is this the right thing? So it's a recurring theme.
And again, journey. It's a huge, like all three of those are like huge themes that I've been working on.
Yeah. So it's the theme.
Yeah.
Let me take care of this first.
Yeah.
It's a huge theme in your soul journey.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps and answered
that was amazing.
some of your question about your soul journey.
Oh, it does. Yeah. I mean, any of the stuff that I've been learning on this journey just helps me understand myself more. And I think your reading is no different. So I hope other people, take this, watch this and see like what a reading would be like and like contact you because that I'm as I said, I'm amazed. It's amazing what came through and just what was confirmed. I think was the big thing for me was the validation today.
Yeah, because you remember a lot of them. I'm very surprised about when I was generating the list. I'm like, hey, she mentioned this in the backstage, but there were new things like being an Anunnaki. Like,
yes, what? Yeah, I have no memories of any of that. Or at least I don't think I do. Or at least not yet. I'll say not yet.
Rossi was asking something. Yeah. Do the ears help you connect? Yeah. they fell off.
I was telling her she was embracing her inner Vulcan, but
yeah. They fell off kind of.
The ears are like antenna, Moira said.
But yeah, I feel very privileged to do this reading for you because like I've said before, like your perspective in your soul journey when it comes to the galactic history is really very unique and very rare. So it's a huge honor and privilege to do this for you, Caleigh. Thank you so much, very much for letting me do this reading for you.
I have to thank you for the reading and thank also, my mentors. I'm surrounded by very supportive mentors like Tanis and Jen who, are very open about the galactic stuff. Like even when I was in Sedona, we went out and looked for ETs one night and, I had she's upstairs, but I have a little like ET, like crystal ET head that I'd brought with me for good luck. And I was talking to one of the people running the retreat, and I said, "Oh yeah, she looks like my, Pleiadian grandmother." And he's like, "Oh, you talk about that like it's just like, yeah, my grandma lives in X state or province or whatever." And I'm like, "You should see the people I hang out with."
Yeah, because
It's just,
Pleiades is your home.
yeah,
I
yeah,
talked to you about this backstage, but a lot of people, when they feel like a star system is their home, it's the star system where they incarnate the most in. You
hmm
incarnated a lot here on Earth, but you feel like Pleiades is your home
hmm
because it's where you escape. It's the star system that embraced you after you really escaped from Lyra.
right, yeah.
Yeah, so you really treasured Pleiades.
And as you said, like I came to Earth because it reminded me of Lyra, which I love that
Yeah.
thought. Yeah. I mean, it would make
Mhm.
sense to me. I'm like, that's how they got me to come back. Like
I
that's how
wish
they
I
got me
could
to come
just
to Earth.
project the image,
Yeah.
but you were like in your spaceship, you were surrounded by kids. You're like a teacher to them, and you were
hmm
like fascinated. You were on a window and just staring in awe at Earth, like wow. It's really I have no
Yeah.
words for it. It's very heartwarming how you
I think
viewed
as
Earth.
you were describing it, I was kind of visualizing it. So
Yeah.
thanks
So
for
thank
coming
you
by,
so much.
Janice. Yeah, we'll talk
Mhm.
once I have time to make notes. And Rossi was just saying, Diane is excellent reading the Akasha. She did my star lineage. She is.
Ah, thank you. Thank you, Rossi.
So since we have a couple of minutes here before the end of the show, I'll let Diane have a break from talking because
Okay.
I have a few quick little things to go over. And actually, Michelle popped in and reminded me. So she is going to be taking Aqualead with me. And actually, today is the last day that you can sign up for. I'm going to be teaching Aqualead level 1. So speaking of teaching. I'm going to be teaching Aqualead level 1 actually next weekend. So you can actually go and sign up. So I'm going to just pull up my website here real quick if people have 2 seconds. I'm just going to screen share this for a moment. So this is my website. It's add to stage. There we go. Oh, fine. Can I do that and then add to stage? Oh, I have to remove this one. Fine. There we go. Haha, technology. So this is my website. So you're going to go to Connection and Learning. And then you're going to scroll down and you'll see there's the 2 classes. So you're going to click register here, and then there's a Google form you're going to fill out. So you'll see I'm teaching Aqualead level 1, as I said, next weekend. And then I'm teaching Reiki level 1 in February. And these are both going to be virtual, so you can be anywhere in the world. And Aqualead is, if you aren't familiar with it, Aqualead is uses water on Earth and in our bodies for healing. So it's actually very good for like inflammation and stuff like that. And so the level 1, the first level is actually using the water in our bodies. And we can actually also like a bottle of water, I can charge it with Aqualead and then have like healing water for myself or for others. So if you're interested in a class like that, I will be offering that next weekend. As I said, today is the last day. I'm going to be closing it sometime tomorrow. So you have, I mean, if it's closed and you like come across and watch this video on like Wednesday and you're really interested, just send me an email or like a message if you have me on Facebook, or leave a comment down below and I will see it and I can contact you and like still get you in. I just need a couple of days to like send you the manual and the textbook kind of stuff and all of that. So, and the link for the Zoom.
That's so
So yeah.
awesome. I have a question about that, Caleigh. What are there any requirements to take the class? Like, do you
For
need to
Aqualead
have?
level 1 and
Hmm.
Reiki level 1, no
Ooh.
requirements for either.
So everyone who's watching, what are you
Yeah.
waiting for? Sign up now.
And so actually here, I can show you the form if it's going to do this. I want to, here. Share this tab instead. Thank you. Me learning technology here on the fly. All right. So you would go here, fill out your email name, and then here's the details, I guess. I think you can see it fairly well. But it has the date and time, and all prices are in Canadian dollars. So for you in the States, it's actually going to end up being cheaper than what's listed because of the exchange rate.
Ooh.
And so for those in Canada, you can pay by e-transfer. For those elsewhere, I have a PayPal that you can send the money that way. And then there's just a couple of questions just to make sure that you understand how the course is going to go and all of that fun stuff. But yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah. I'd love to have you as students. As we talked today, I have past lives as a teacher, so you know.
Yeah. You were a natural teacher for several lifetimes.
Yeah. So come see my natural teaching abilities.
And learn a lot.
Yeah. And yes, we're going to have a lot of fun. Actually, I took Aqualead level 1 and Reiki level 1 at the same time. So they're perfectly like good kind of energies to work with together. You know, Aqualead actually, if you're nervous about like doing Reiki, Aqualead is I find a little bit of a gentler energy to start off with. It gives you the baseline for Reiki, I find a lot of the time. So let's see what. Oh yeah, she's like, you can type it into the chat as well. Yeah, here, give me a second. There, that is the website. I don't know if it worked properly or not. You can also just, I have it in the description of my channel as well. And Rossi, the student has become the teacher. Yes, exactly. And little insider info, I'm going to be starting to teach with Twillo in the summer as well.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. So yes. That's where I was saying, like, you're like, oh, you're meant to be a teacher. I'm like, well, it's coming forward. Moira, yeah. Have I done Aqualead demonstration on your channel? Yes, a couple of times, actually. You need to scroll back a little bit. I think sometime last year I did a show actually with Tanis, and we showed an example of all 4 energies I think I had at that point. So yeah, you can go back and kind of look into that, or like go back and listen to that video. You could probably even fast forward through it till you get to that point where we were doing the demonstrations. I mean, the other thing is if you guys want, we have 2 minutes left. I can send you guys a little bit of Aqualead if you want.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send you a little bit of Aqualead. You guys can just close your eyes if you want, not if you're driving. But just kind of relax, and I'm going to send you some Aqualead, and you can kind of see how it feels, and if you're interested in learning it. How did that feel for everybody? I didn't send it for very long, but Let me know what you think. And also, if those dates that are posted, if those dates don't work for you, send me a message. I do have a couple people interested in the Aqua Lead where those dates don't work. So we will likely have another course running at some point. So, yeah. Well, Diane, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I really appreciated it. Everybody, leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y thingies, as they say, for both Diane and myself. And we will see you in 2 weeks on the 26th for the first show in my Learning the Tarot series. So I hope you all can be there. And we'll talk again soon. Bye, everybody.